I knew I would never ever be able to equal or better the numbers of fish that I caught at Parco, because it was number-wise a session of a lifetime. I never in my life experienced another fishing trip like that.
Euro carping at its very, very best. £52 leather for me, two £45 commons at the same time. I've had to get the boys in to get some shots. What a place.
I've done it. This is what I wanted this year. Oh, I'm blown away. I just wanted one big one.
And I couldn't have asked for a better week, to be honest with you. Nothing went wrong, everything went right. Big fish, good times, we had a laugh. I cannot wait for next year.
Well, if you saw last year's Ridge Monkey film, you'll know that we started off in Hungary, where Dan, my fishing partner, caught a massive 66-pound mirror, and it was the first 30-kilo fish to be caught by an Englishman from that lake. From Hungary, we went on to Croatia, to the now famous Lake Zumba, where we caught some unbelievable carp. On my third day in, I managed a massive 88-pound mirror that completely blew us all away. What a mega trip it was. It really was a trip to dream about. This year, we're going to go on, we're going to try and better it. So after the trip of the previous year, we all sat down and put our heads together and tried to plan an absolutely brilliant trip where there would not only be some big carp, but maybe the chance of an even bigger fish than the year before. So, first on the agenda was Parco di Brenta.
So we took the short 15-minute drive from my mother-in-law's down to the Euro tunnel at Folkestone. All the lads were full of energy, adrenaline and absolutely buzzing to get going.
The views, the mountains were amazing. You know, from a visual point of view, from a camera guy's point of view, both me and John sat in this van and were like, you know, in awe of the surroundings where we were going through tunnels and, you know, just awesome views.
So we arrived at the magical gates of Parco di Brenta. Lovely sunny morning in Italy. I was absolutely raring to go. Could not get out of the van quick enough. Come through the little gate, we was greeted by Antonio and the other people that run the fishery, and I've got to say I was blown away. I'd actually had a little bit of insight and a bit of a heads up from some key people in the trade. Frank Warwick helped me a lot. One of my friends, Ivan, a Bulgarian fellow I know very well, told me some very prolific swims, some areas at lake, certain times of the year, especially when we was going, would do bags and bags of fish.
So the research that we did as a media team, we'd been on the net, onto YouTube, had looked at a few videos, you know, read a couple of the web pages about the national parks, the scenery, the wildlife, you know, and what we were expecting to see, and obviously the weather. We were checking out the weather to make sure we got, you know, great light, and we weren't disappointed at all.
Yeah, I've had a walk around and we've been talking about the draw. It's took us 2 days to get here and it's always the talking point, where you want to go, and you've got all these preconceived ideas, but when you get here it actually looks a bit different to what you thought it would. But I think my top 3 swims are probably still the ones I want to go in, you know.
Stunning lake, absolutely beautiful. You come in past the stock pond and there's fish just golloping the bait, food everywhere. Had a little walk round. The pegs that I thought would be good, and I really wanted them on paper. I'm not too sure it's for me this week. But yeah, I don't know where to go. I don't know, I'm a bit... Well, there's people in the background, so I'm definitely not telling you what number I'm picking.
Oh yeah, there's loads of mind games going on. People standing in swims going, cool, look at that, and you know what I mean?
There is dodgy trails going off everywhere, and I am starting them. There is... people are trying to put everyone off. There's a few red herrings going around the lake.
The boss has actually said he ain't in the draw, he's just picked his own swim. You know what I mean? He needs to do that really, but we'll help him out through the week. Let the war commence. The pressure's on, Joe.
11, 12?
No, don't. You can't.
No.
Told you it was a fix.
Grazie.
Unbelievably and crazy for me, I got my first choice swim. Peg 17, I could not believe it.
Well, as usual, I'm never very lucky in draws and I came out second from last. But got my second choice swim, so I wasn't too displeased.
Because I come out well, there were 2 swims left, swim peg 20 and peg 16 were the 2 that I really fancied. So I chose peg 20.
Ready all our gear. We get the phone call saying Dan's already had a couple of fish, but put them back because there's nothing too big. So it was only a matter of time before we get the call saying, get around here, he's into another one. So off we buzz around to 17 and check it out.
So I was fortunate to come out quite high in the draw, got my first choice swim. Hopefully I'll get this one in. It's looking like it's going to be the start of a very good week. Dave Levy down in peg 16, he's also into one. So they're definitely in this bay that was up here. We're the only 2 anglers in this bay. And I think that'll be the first of many for Dave, because being brutally honest, they're here. We're not putting a lot of bait out. We're not trying to spook them. Just fishing over single hook baits or a little method feeder. And so far, it's doing the job. Right.
Get in, mate. Well done.
One in the sling, one in the net, and just lost one. Right.
45 on the nose.
Ooh, 45 pounds. Quick brace of 40s.
Good on, mate.
£47 of Italian Mirror from Parco di Brenta. This is the biggest of the tree I've got. It's at a 36. I think I've got a mid 40 common as well. So it's a lovely start. Didn't expect a few bites, let alone a brace of 40s. 45 common and a 47 mirror. I've had 2 others as well. Didn't expect it. Only been here a few hours. Let's see what the rest of the week brings. Definitely think there's going to be a lot of fish all around the lake.
Get that boat if you want to sell.
Angry. Don't like the net.
Don't like the net.
Right. I'll run up and get the scales. I'm somewhat perspirated.
Nice common.
30, 31, isn't it? 31, 32, 33, 34, 30, yeah, 31. Look at this angry fella. I've got my rods out. I waited all day to get my rods out and got them out. And I literally, the left-hand rod I can't keep in the water. This is my 4th bite. I unfortunately lost a good fish, but yeah. Fight like mad, these DeBrenta carp. Well, let's try and get one twice the size. Okay, since I last spoke to you, dinner arrived, a nice pizza. During dinner I caught a mirror about 24 pound and I just left the rods in. And then dinner finished and I thought I need to get a rod back on a spot that's going to be easy to cast in the dark just in case the action continues. So I found a nice little spot just over the back there off some stumps, got the rod out and it was only in the water I think 30 seconds and the bobbins whacked up and had a mega fight. I knew it was a better fish because it stayed deep. Eventually managed to get in the net and I've had a lovely 48 pound mirror. So I've just got this rod out, let's have a look at it. There we go. What a fantastic start to the first day. 48 pounds and a few ounces. And yeah, a proper Italian mirror. Cool.
$34.12. Happy days. Another odd shaped Parco mirror, £35. Here we go, my first Parco 50. Absolutely blown away, I'm a bit speechless. Triple take, probably upper 20, low 30 common, £35 mirror, and this absolute monster. Absolutely buzzing. And we're still only on evening one. Literally, the swim I'm in, 17, I'm fishing super tight to the other side. The second that the lead and the rig is hitting the floor, I've had 2 occasions where it's gone. Before I even put the rod in the pod, bobbing on, the rod's gone in my hand. Never experienced anything like it. Hopefully it carries on, but if it doesn't, got to make hay when the sun shines.
Leading into the first night, I made a bit of a mental choice that as I caught a fish on a rod, I'll just lean it against the bivvy. Because if the week stayed this hectic, I was going to need some sleep to get through them days. And lucky I left that rod out, because my first bite into dark was a massive 54-pound common, and it was stunning.
Ah, yes. Check that out. 54 pounds of common. Caught this just into dark. Had another little runner fish and the 48, then a little one, then lost one, then this. 54 pounds. Pure muscle, this fish, and an inch of fat on it. I tell you what, I had it on for about 15 minutes. It really did scrap. And as you can see, it's still very angry. What a fish. Fuck me, that's heavy.
There you go. 49.8 of Parko common. It's the 15th fish landed. Trip just keeps getting better and better. Hopefully plenty more to come. What an absolute beast. Absolutely buzzing.
The first morning at Parco di Brenta, I woke up to a lovely sunny morning and there was fish already showing on the snags at the back of me. I checked my phone and Dan had said how quiet the bay had gone at night. So I sort of fathomed out that them fish had gone out into the main lake at night and now the sun was up, were making their way back into the bay.
What I'm doing now, I'm driving out to a bit of a banker spot. If I drop a bait in here, it's normally gone within 5 minutes. I'm casting on 2 of the rods and I'm using a bait boat on 1. You can actually use a bait boat on Parco if you book the whole lake on a lake booking. So a few of the lads have got boats, but I prefer the cast, to be honest, but they are very useful for when you're fishing tight up against things. I've only put like a mouthful in this. Literally, I'm fishing for a bite on that spot. So I'm just going to touch it in, and I know when it's close because the line just stops pulling out. And when it does that, I just guide the boat in. So I've just dropped the bait there. You can see it drops down. I reckon it's about 6 or 7 foot there. And what I always do is I'll get the bobbin set, then drive the boat back just in case you get a take and you don't know about it. Well, I've just been on a run of these, all about the same size, about 3 or 4 of these this morning. A couple of losses as well. It's going good. Still a few fish about, so hopefully something else will happen. But yeah, what a stunning carp anyway. I was sat here last night in the dark, and even at 45 years old, your mind starts to play tricks on you. That fence is there to keep something out, and then that played on my brain all night, and I could hear all sorts down there. My worst nightmare would be that little Chucky. If he comes through that fence, I will kick him through the air. I ain't having none of that. I've watched too many horror films, that's my problem. While doing my homework on Parco di Brenta, I read that there was black bass in the lake, so I thought I'd take my drop shot rod. Little did I know that not only the camera crew, but all the other anglers would be stealing this rod constantly through the week, and it was when Si popped into my swim using my own rod that he caught the first lovely black bass. Get him in there. Yes! Tail walked into the net. Oh, look at him. We love all fish at Ridge Monkey, but if he touches my drop shotting rod again, it's going to be trouble.
Sorry, mate. Dan.
Hello, mate.
What's going on?
Love a bit of carnage.
Oh my word, you've literally just left the lodge
Been gone from the lodge, I think 15 minutes. I've had 3, and to be fair though, they're all over me. I've come back and they're absolutely everywhere. Another one on the method feeder. Little 2 to 3 inch soft braided hook link. Size 8 beak point. I've fished a 49.8 on the method. I love the Italian mirror.
We're in Dan's swim, and he's had these 2 monsters. What have you got here, Dan?
The mirror's 35 and a half.
5.5.
And 42 pound common.
That's a good brace. We have just turned up. 5 minutes we've been here. You've just taken this mirror, and you had this guy in the net, and
28.
ridiculous. This is your 28.
It's going off. 21 fish landed now.
Bloody hell.
Just over 24 hours. So yeah,
Amazing. Amazing, mate. Amazing. There's more to come, I'm sure.
So it's getting close to bite time again. It's been absolutely frantic today. Just want to get the rods back out, but I'm just going to talk you through what I've been using to a lot of success, which might surprise a lot of people for European fishing. I'm using a size 8 beak point hook. Very small, very minimal, and I've got that sort of KD style. 4 whippings down, 2 back up, on 3 inches of soft coated braid. This was actually a tactic that I didn't think I'd be using over here, but after getting some local knowledge and a bit of key advice, they love pellet, they love small food particles, and they love broken boilie. So I came over here with the deception of using lots of boilie, 15s, 18s, and even 20s, but the whole thing's changed. I'm a few days in now, got a lot of fish under my belt, and this is what is doing the magic.
Okay, we've just come back from Dan's amazing brace, and now we're on to Dave, who's got he's into another fish and also got another amazing fish in the sling. Mate, you're into another fish.
Oh, it's been crazy, so I literally left, I stayed there, had a drink with you guys, and I thought I'll get the rods out for the evening. I've got 3 rods out. This is my 8th fish. I've got a 49 down there. I've had a 37 grassy, a 36 common, a 32.
Oh my word.
2 big 20s. It's been absolutely mental.
That's crazy, mate. Dan's just put 2, amazing fish back as well. And what do you think of this? What's this kind of?
Doesn't look too bad. It's like they move in here in the evening and just get their heads down. It's like, they've been basking around all day in this hot sun, a bit like us.
Yes.
And then they've just come in here and gone mad. It's like they really do get their heads down.
Cool, lively, isn't it? And still on the back bay?
No, the fish have started coming to the right. Literally, the right hand rod, I can't keep the bait in the water.
Yeah.
Tired.
Okay, mate, so another amazing 20. Must be very happy.
Yeah, it's great. It's been a lot of 20s today. So when that one we've got down there turned over the net called, I was pleased, because you start to think, I'm a bit of the pest controller here. Dan's had some good fish. I'm pleased to catch all the fish. This is another gorgeous one, but we'll get this back and we'll have a look at that one, Si.
Cool, excellent. This is what, Dave? 49?
49.4.
Holy sh**. Holy angry sh**. Holy shit. nice fish, man.
Black, innit?
Yeah.
49 4 ounces. Just finished having a bit of lunch with the lads in the lodge. Come back, couldn't believe it. It's just really kicked off, and had about 7 or 8 fish. When this thing came up, I knew it was a good fish, real scrap. Big dark black common, it's what we come here for. It's only the second day in, God knows what's going to happen this week. I hope they keep visiting this bay. But yeah, look at that.
When you see the sheer speed people move around the lake, everyone collectively grouping in somebody's swim, something special, something big has been caught. And that man Ziggy done it again. He done it at Zumba and he's now done it at Parco. 72 pound of pure Italian common. Man was he happy, and boy, when you see the crowds of people there, the sheer elatement, the enjoyment, we was buzzing for him. Well done, Ziggy.
You know I can't swim. You're gonna do that. So I woke up that first morning and I was a bit despondent, to be honest with you. The bobbins hadn't moved. Dan and Dave hadn't actually caught a lot at night, so I thought, where are they? Not a lot have been caught around the lake, 1 or 2. So I was a bit disappointed. I thought, you know what, there's got to be something I can do here to change things up a little bit. So I thought to myself, you know what, do what you do, Jay. Just go back to basics. Stop fishing 3 different spots and mucking around and trying to be like you're at Rainbow or anywhere else. So I decided, right, 3 rods on 1 spot, on the bar, and fill it in. So I put the boat out, put the 3 rigs out, and then I proceeded to spend probably 3-4 hours in darkness just spodding. I probably put about 10 kilo out of boilie and pellet. Just had a feeling that if I could get a lot of bait into one area, when them fish do come out, they drive along that bar and they're going to see it. And when they come along, they're going to see my bait and I'm going to catch them. And yeah, it worked. I had started catching some fish and I knew that once I caught one, I'd have another one. And yeah, it went really, really well. Leave it up. Oh my God. I'm just holding like that. Right, this is better. Really? This is happening, is it? There you go. What a difference a day makes. I was really panicking yesterday. Everyone around me was catching, I wasn't. Change of tactics. 3 rods on one spot. Put quite a lot of bait in. Probably about 10 kilos, I suppose, with a spod. Seemed to like the sound of the spod because this one rocketed off. Happy days. And I've got another one in the net. Fish number 2, 35 pound. Caught about 15 minutes after my other big one, which was 47 pound. On a spot about 6 foot to the right of the other one, so they're obviously on the spot feeding. Happy days, let's hope for some more, eh?
So up our little area of the lake, it wasn't just me and Dave in our secluded bay. To the left of me, I had the main man, the scouser, Rowley, a good friend of Paul's. Came very close with him over the course of this week. He was my netsman, watering me, he was looking after me, and then his time came. The fish moved from where I was to his swim, and boy did he fish hard and had some mega results.
That's a fun race, Adam. Brilliant, that. Selfie at one. Makes you say.
Occasionally you'd see Dave and Paul running around the lake like idiots, doing weights and doing bench pressing and all sorts of stuff because Paul decides to bring the gym every time he comes bloody fishing with us. Since I fish with him most of the time, I just have to look at him and ignore him while he says, come on, let's do some squats. And yeah, it's not my game when I'm at fishing, I go there to have a break. So yeah, and I know Dave don't either, and that's the thing, Paul, when you're watching this, Dave don't want to do that. Dave goes to the gym every day, Paul. So stop making him do bench pressing and running around the lake. Because let's be honest, Dave, I know you ain't going to tell Paul now, but I am. He don't want to do any more gym stuff.
At 55.10, 55.10. Cheers, lads. Yeah, 55 pounds and 10 ounces. This was the 3rd fish out of that 3. Really happy with this one. That's what we come here for. And there's fish a lot bigger in here.
That is perfect.
Get it up, sight.
41.8.
That'll do, won't it? 41.8. Different species. We're on a species hunt. Do you know they ain't a carp? They're an wolf. Yeah, they ain't even in the carp family. Yeah, honestly, mate. Yeah. I didn't know, and I said to my mate, I'm counting that as an English 15. He went, it's not a f***ing carp. And had a meltdown. Well, grass carp are not everyone's cup of tea, but when you get fish this big, whether they're catfish, grass carp, it's nice to admire them because they really are beautiful creatures in their own right. Like an enormous chub. Look at the size of the thing. Must be 3 foot long. They don't fight very hard, but when they go in your net, they normally batter your net, which it's done to mine. So I'm going to get him back now because they don't go back very well, so I don't want to keep him out very long. But thank you, mate.
As a media team, we've been running around shooting single fish and braces of fish, but actually we weren't prepared for what we were just about to go around and shoot. It was just ridiculous.
So I was tired, I'd had enough, I had no rods on the pod anymore, and I had 2 40s in the sack. I was absolutely buzzing. I thought, right, I'm going to go down, see Dan, see Dave and Roland, see what they'd had for the night. Wasn't expecting too much, they didn't catch too much at night over there, but the first light was absolutely fantastic. And when I went down now, there was another 2 40s in the sack.
Pass that water, please, Dan.
Oh, good. He so nearly slapped me in the face then. An absolute hectic morning at Parco del Brenta. 4 fish, 4 40s. What an absolute beast of a place. Every fish in here is massive, crazy. This one was 42, this one Dave's holding is 41, 12 I think.
41.6.
Bring it on. Picked the wrong person, the most grumpy person in the world. Nickname is for sturgeon. Flat rodded me 100 yards. Ridiculous. Good.
So as soon as the boys have put the fish back, we get a call to come over to Peg 1 where the boss man has got 2 fish, one 40 and one PB.
£46. Very angry male.
Oh.
46 coming. One of 6 out of 9 takes.
Boy, was we all made up. He makes these trips happen for us, and to see this happen to him was just incredible.
£54, new PB.
Go 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we did.
That mean we have to do it again if you weren't ready?
You gonna let it go? Not yet.
Things we do for media.
What do you want to do, mate? £55, 2 ounce, absolutely unbelievable fight, out of this world, hardest fighting fish ever. That is a baby.
Compared to
Right, what? Well, here's something you don't see every day. Channel catfish. We haven't weighed him, but what a beast. Size of his eyes. I've never caught one of these, completely out of the blue. But then I've never caught a black bass either until this morning, and we've been drop shotting for them. We caught, I'd say it was a perch hybrid bass, weird thing. So yeah, this lake holds a lot of different species, and we're having fun catching it. Yeah, feels like we're on go fishing. John Wilson, eat your eye out. Great big eyes so it can see better in the dark. Huge long whiskers so it can feel all those little ones. There's a big shoal of them in the trees behind us, but this one took a little yellow pop up right in the scissors.
Getting to bite time in the afternoon, struggling to get 3 rods out again, as it's been around this time every day. But it's nice and special today. We've got Francesco, one of the Italian Ridge Monkey Pro members, down. And what's been great is we've just been talking tactics, discussing what I'm doing different to what he is when he usually fishes the venue Parco di Brenta. And yeah, it's lovely times with our Italian friend. Looking forward to the rest of the week. I'm going to talk you through some of the tactics and bait presentations that I've used to catch and trip up these wary old Italian carp. Firstly, I've been taking a mixture of cell boilies and essential cell boilies in 18s and 15s, running them through the advanced boilie crusher. Take 1 scoop of the cell to a ratio of 1/2 scoop of the essential. And what I use the cell stick mix liquid. What this does, this is a big attractor. Because I'm fishing in deep water here, some of the spots are 22 foot of water. Using this liquid will create a very good cloudy effect coming down through the water column. So any fish that are high up in the upper layers will entice them to come down and feed and have a look at the spot. I don't put a lot in. I use it for the ratio every couple of scoops. What this also does, this liquid, it will bind some of the halves, some of the little quarters together. And when I add the pellet and the Super Zig Cloud later on, the maximum attraction levels that this give off is absolutely incredible. I've been repeating the process using probably 5-6 kilo of the cell. So 2 to 3 of the essential. I'll just keep repeating the same process. The stick mix liquid over the top. They're really on the bait as well. Some of the fish I've had have been passing it all over the mat, which is a great sign. I haven't had to change tactics too much because they're definitely on the bait. I think what's helped as well is there's quite a few anglers on the pond that are all using similar bait to me. So there's been a lot of it going in this week. So what I'll show you now, you end up with a lovely sticky mix of cell and essential. Fishing 2 baits like this as well gives you alternative hook bait options. So if you wanted to, you could fish a cell presentation, cell snowman with a little yellow essential on top, because they're seeing all these particles and food items out there and they're getting on them straight away. I've also been using a lot of pellet this trip. I've probably done around 75 kilo of pellet. And all I do, I add this into the equation. What I like about the spod, pellet and PVA mix is there's a magnitude of different sizes here. That will give you different breakdown times, small food particles that will keep the fish grubbing around in one area. Add another little burst of the Sail Stick Mix liquid. Then I add the Super Zig Cloud. For Emily, this is for zig fishing, fishing in the upper layers. But I've found that the cloud that this creates is certainly bringing them fish down through the upper layers, and bites are coming very fast when I've been adding just a little bit of this. What you can do as well for also added attraction, you can add some lake water in there to make the cloud a bit larger. As you see, what carp would not want to eat that? And they've certainly been eating it this week.
Fish that is. So it's a decent common. Funnily enough, I was told that pop-ups didn't work very well on here, and I've had about my last 3 takes on the Ronnie rig. So there you go. Love it. This was the one you was watching me play. They really do pull. You know when you've got a better fish on in here. Instantly you're just getting line stripped from the spool. And yeah, he swum towards some trees, and I was almost forced to give a bit of line, but it was one of them 50-50 situations. I just had to hang on. Absolutely brilliant, and what a fantastic creature. Well, take a look at this. She's quite angry. Whee! It's chucking more water over me than's got on her. There you go. Look at that belly in the middle, like a little pinch belly. Just under 45 pound. This place is phenomenal. It's got so many big fish in it. They're still jumping behind me. I've got another 40 in the net. Mental. Okay, I've been using 2 types of setup here, the Ronnie rig and a bottom bait. I was told before I come here that pop-ups didn't work very well, so I thought I'd go against the grain and give them a go. And this Ronnie rig has been producing the goods. It's basically a size 4 curve with a 15mm IB pop-up. The height of the pop-up is determined by the size of the hook you're using, so it gives you a very low lying pop-up. And this is what's been working for me, and it's been absolutely nailing them.
When we say sheer numbers of big fish, this is the place. This was the trip. Massive fish, multiple times. It was a joke.
Oh no.
Cool.
Oh, that. We're in. Same rod as the last one. It's probably only been out 10 minutes. Just down in Dan's swim, so I'm out of breath. Parko fish, it's ridiculous. So for the last hour and a half, we've been trying to take photos and video of a group of fish that we've all caught. Oh, this feels like a grass carp. It's right on the surface. Yeah, we've been trying to do a video of all the fish that we've caught. There's 5 of us down there. We just quickly put them in the slings, and we haven't been able to do it. Every time we go to do it, one of the rods have gone. I think Dan had 9 fish at one point. So we've just been putting them back as we've been catching them. She's coming in like a grass carp, I think. Just about to be deep netted. Oh, get in! Yes! Look at the width of it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Woohoo! Keep it going. $56.7. Yes. 56.7. Beast. Look at that. That is a beast to end an absolutely amazing day. Going into evening. Hopefully I get some sleep. What an amazing day it's been. 57.7, I think this was. Absolute cracking common. One of the biggest commons I've ever caught, actually. It's the second biggest common I've ever caught. Blown away. What a fish. Mwah. Yes. What an afternoon's fishing, eh?
Party time at Parko.
What's it taking us? An half hour to get this done? Every time we go to lift a fish, we get another take from somewhere else. Unbelievable fishing at Parko. What a place.
That's it.
That's perfect, isn't it?
Come on!
Mental, isn't it? We could have done this twice over though, that's the difference. We've had like 9, 10 fish in here.
Go for it, Dave.
Okay, we just got back from the lads' swims and they've had a manic time over there. We bust back into our swim, get the rods out, head off to bed, and then this happens. So, lovely long common. Just get it nice and tight. Nice low 30, but most welcome. Amazing. Another chaotic night, and here I am again. It's me again. I'm catching more fish. Okay, another busy night. This little baby came in at about 38.6, and yes, had lots of noise from across the bank. The lads are all very busy, and I think we're going to go and check out and get some tips and see what they're doing, and play it on from there.
We had 5 takes last night. 2 grass carp, 3 commons. That's on the back of 9 commons the night before. You have to have a mirror. This one weighed in at 43 pounds.
So this is 25 minutes now. Rowley's been playing this fish. We thought it was Dan's, he's come back and yeah, he's still playing it. This is his 16th fish and his hardest fighting fish. But I do remember him saying that on the 15th fish and the 14th fish. So it's, once again, they fight ridiculously hard and I can't actually wait to see this one. Ridiculous, isn't it? What line are you on? £15. Don't need it though. You know what I mean? Look, yeah. Come on, baby. Come on. Get it! Yes! Yeah! Yes! Get in! Well done, mate. Beaut. Well, after the epic battle, this is the result. Just over £60, one absolute beaut. Something that we never expected to catch on this trip. And Rowley's the man to do it. One absolute lump. What do you reckon, boys? Yes. Euro carping at its very, very best. £52 leather for me. Two £45 commons at the same time. I've had to get the boys in to get some shots. What a place. Unbelievable fishing at Parco. Brilliant. Stunning, absolute fighting machines. Love it, brilliant.
Jay yet again have been consistent throughout the night, catching fish to well over £50. But opposite Jay was Gareth in swim 14. Poor old Gareth had a right grueler of a week, and with not being able to keep a rod in the water in my swim, I thought it was only fair to invite him round, spend the rest of the week with me, and we could also have a good social.
Rod's been out less than 10 seconds. Old Dave over there, he's struggling with all the big fish. He said he needed a hand, so I've taken one for the team, obviously. And as I'm setting up, all the gear's behind me, Dave said, "Have you got a rod with a bait on it?" Plonked it on the spot. 10 seconds later, off it goes. That'll do. There we go. Made a bit of a wrong choice on the draw. Started the week off in swim 14, been soul destroying, only had 2 bites so far. Dave very kindly offered me a couple of days in with him. So we're gonna have a social and a few fish. She's 27.5 and couldn't be happier at the moment. By all accounts, come 4 o'clock, it will be utter carnage in here. So we're looking forward to working together as a team and banking as many of these as we can. And here is the bigger of the two this morning, an absolute creature. 47.5 pounds, same spot. I'm only fishing one rod while I'm catching up on a few emails. Locked up absolutely to the snags at the back. Epic battle. Look at her.
Come on. This is the biggest one of the trip so far for me. 53.5. Hard fighting mirror carp. Absolutely buzzing.
This spot on my right hand hasn't done that many bites since I got here, probably 5 or 6 bites, but I think 4 of them have been over 40 pound, including 2 50s and a 49. So I've called it my big fish spot. Just had this bite off of there, and it don't feel bad. It's hard to tell. Everything in here is just pulling so hard. You get a 20 pounder and if it come off, you'd swear blind you had a massive fish on. And it's crazy because the water's gin clear and you can see everything while they're twisting and turning. It's great. In she goes. Whew. Yes, back's in rag playing that, but Gareth done the deed with the net and we're going to get her out and see how big she is. Okay, it's a lovely 41 pound 8 ounce common. They're still coming thick and fast. This one was caught on a size 4 curve on a Ronnie rig, and I've been using the white RM Tech line, 15 pound. It's like tow rope. I've had some mega battles. There's lots of snags in here and it's held up lovely, and this is proof to the pudding.
Dan's having an amazing session, but we have stipulated that he's got to catch 2 fish for us to even warrant coming around, and then he catches 3.
There we have it, some Parco de Brenta magic. 3 upper 40s, 1 on each rod. Absolutely blown away by this place. Got a couple of good mates with me, Paul, and new Ridge Monkey Italian pro team member, Nicholas. Absolutely buzzing. Fantastic times with fantastic people at a fantastic place.
Okay, here at Ridge Monkey, I also like to look after my teammates. He ain't even had a chance to eat, he's catching so many fish. Come on, Gareth. Open up, get it all in. All in. That's it. See, that's what we call love, isn't it? You don't have to put the whole thing in your mouth.
Oh, right.
Well, the next morning after the storm, they say lightning don't strike twice, and rarer than that is the boss cooking breakfast. Ziggy, big fish man himself.
£57, 12 ounce mirror carp. Nice big fat one. Focus. Sorry, mate.
Brecks have been served. We've all had a bit of time to chill out, and then we get another call. I wander over, you know, expecting to see, you know, another 30, another 40, another 50, but I wasn't expecting this.
We've got a couple of 55-pounders, a couple of 57, a 53 and a 50-pound. One absolute crazy morning. 3 swims, 5 50s. This don't happen every day, does it? Living the dream, boys, we're living the dream.
This one ain't even going up.
Come on, Danny boy, get it up.
You know I love to kiss a fish.
Bit of Parko magic. One of 3 50s this morning. £57, my biggest of the trip. Absolutely buzzing. This place is where dreams happen. Absolutely buzzing.
We're coming to the end of the trip. Mental. I didn't think we'd supersede last year's first week. I tell you what, it's absolutely blown it out of the water, and if this week is anything to go by, who knows what could happen. If you'd said to me at the start of the week you could have 140 and 150, I'd have been happy. I've lost count of how many 40s and 50s we've caught now. Mental.
Down the other end of the lake, a couple of guys had had a real hard week and struggled, and with all the fish in our swim, it was only fair to get them down and get some rods in the water. We want everyone to go home happy, and it weren't long until they were.
Little 10mm essential cell. Terry from down in the corners, come round up peg 17 where it's been frantic for me all week. Just put a couple of rods out and within 5 minutes he's away. Lovely 30-pound common. Made up, Tel?
Awesome.
Yeah, well done, mate. Good angling.
So how good's this? Steve's up the other end of the lake and he's been fishing really slow up there. So he's come down into our swim to have a go. He's got his own rod out, put it on the bushes. Already got a 43-pounder down there and he's into another fish already. So if you're having as many fish as we all are, there's no point in being selfish. You may as well share them, let everyone have a good holiday. There you go, what do you think of that, Steve?
Amazing.
Steve's come down, 5 minutes in the swim, he's had a 43-pounder, PB. Well done, mate. There you go, Steve's second fish in about 10 minutes. Brilliant. Made your day, innit, mate?
Yeah, not half.
Great end to a week with a new PB common, £60, 2 ounce. Already broke up once this week with a £54 common. It's the second PB of the week.
There's been a lot of talk this week, if I was able to do it, and hopefully I am, because if this one hits the net, this will be my 100th fish landed of the week. $100, not out. Yes. 100 Italian carp banked in a week. Absolutely buzzing. Parco di Brenta magic. Get in there. Here we have it. It's our last night here in Italy. What's happened to me this week? I'm finding it difficult to talk about, put into words. I can't believe what's happened. I've landed this my 100th carp of the week. I never thought in a million years in any fishing trip anywhere in the world I'd ever better say that I landed 100 fish in a week. And it's not over yet. I'm absolutely buzzing. Get up there. 40 pound of Parco Mirror. Absolutely blown away.
Going into the last night, I've had a brace of 50s. This is 51 pound. I've got a bigger one in the sack. And we've still got 3 rods fishing. Another 12 hours to go before we have to pack up, go to Hungary. There's a chance of a world record.
My first impressions of Parco is what a nice clean venue it is. Food's been great, water's gin clear, there's nothing not to like. Fish are massive, what more do you want?
Turned up, there was fish showing all over the lake. Every corner, every little snag, every tree, there was fish everywhere. So before the draw, the anticipation was high. And yeah, the biggest factor I couldn't get across is the fish. The fish are just incredible. You look on the board when you arrive, you speak to Antonio and Nicholas who run the venue, and what's in here is just incredible.
From day one, I don't think I could have changed more. Started off in swim 14, fishing to the left-hand margin. 1 out in open water, 2 on the margin. Then they all spread across. Had a couple of fish, but really struggling, and I was well away from everyone as well. Dave phoned me up Wednesday morning, said, get round here, and yeah, I didn't hesitate. So effectively, completely changed it from one end of the lake to the other. Fishing open water to fishing a very snaggy bay.
Whenever I come abroad, I always hope for one bite. And I only ever really fish for 1 bite at a time. So that was my initial plan, 1 bite. And I never really thought anything more than just getting 1 bite and then carrying on going. So yeah, I never really expected 100 fish or 50 fish. I just wanted to go and catch a few fish.
I was sort of new to what to expect from Parco because I spoke to people who fished the European consultants for Ridge Monkey, people in the UK that had been here. So I knew if you get on the fish, you will have big amounts of big fish. And it's absolutely sums it up. It's a magical place, great venue, and yeah, all my expectations have been blown away, absolutely blown away.
Dave, did you hear much about Dan's list of fish that he caught over the week?
Dan's list of fish. Yeah, I got them every morning. I was in the next swim, and he'd read out all the fish he'd had through the night and the morning. Yeah, it got painful. The boy did well, but bloody hell, next time I'm going to gag him.
Honestly, if he called it once more, I was going to push him in. He'd done my head in on his stupid list. Every bloody time he caught a fish. Guess what, boys? This is number 58. Yeah, pee off, Dan.
Dan? Dan who?